everybody. This is a quick video just to showcase the Vision Engineering York Bolton mill engine. That is actually going to be going up for sale quite shortly. I've actually owned this plant for many years. I didn't purchase it new. I actually bought it from a friend who actually bought it, and I think this one was in kit form. It was one of the back end runs. If you know anything about these engines, the very early ones were built straight from the factory and they came as is. The later ones, after a serial number around about 180, they were all kit form. The back end of the runs up to the late 300s, early 400s, again were kit form, but they changed. They had various anomalies throughout the runs. Some had the adjuster for the diaphragm at the end of the piston, some didn't. Some had extra drain cocks, some didn't. Some had the PTFE lagged pipes, some didn't. Same with the inlet pipe. These were black PTFE, on the two over copper. Some didn't. And if you know your steam engines and steam plants, you'll also know that this arrangement was also very particular to Maxwell Hemmings. I'm not sure if there was a tie. I'm pretty sure there was, because at the same time Maxwell Hemmings, in his first incarnation, went into receivership, so did Vision Engineering, and I'm pretty certain Maxwell Hemmings produced a lot of the items for Vision Engineering, as they were. The boiler certainly is, and this mill engine is almost exactly the same as the one that he produced up until quite recently. So take that as you will. I'm not taking it as a history lesson, but yeah, there we go. I've taken some stills, but this steam plant is in, pretty much, I won't say immaculate condition. You can't really say that because it is quite a few years old now, but I'll hold its own on display. It's very clean, very tidy. It's not been messed with. It's also, as far as I'm aware, it's only been steamed once. I do have a boiler certificate for it. I have a current one and a couple of old ones. I have had it tested quite recently. Absolutely fine. That was a bit of a mission because some of it had to come apart to get the boiler plugs on. I've only had it running on air recently. There is an inlet at the back there for you to put an air line on up at 60 psi. It's absolutely lovely, which is the line for the max pressure, and it is correct because I have had the safety valve checked and it does blow just almost bang on the 60 psi mark. Whistle works lovely, as does the engine. The only thing I do need to do with this engine is to put a new bulb in the lamp holder at the back, because I don't know why it just stopped working. I took it out, misplaced it. I have on some new ones, so they should be here shortly. But as you can see, serial number on this one is 0031. And if you didn't know, this is also replicated on the boiler, if my phone will hang up, which I don't think it will. Serial number there, and they will match. So if you've got a matching one, you'll know, because the serial number is on here and on the boiler. A lot of these engines, especially the later ones, didn't have a serial number on, and they were Bitzers. You'll tend to find there's quite a few of these with different boilers. They won't have the control valve set on the front, no condenser, no water tank, or it's a bits of a water tank. The first thing that they didn't have on, believe it or not, was the gas canister at the back. You see a lot with no canisters. I say a lot. I think they only actually produced 500 in total. That was worldwide. So, yeah, it is what it is. But they're a lovely engine. Great to watch operating. Do steam nicely. It will steam at a lot less than 60 psi, by the way. I think I've had this one steaming as low as about 20 psi. And they do tick over quite nicely. Controls. Running across the front, obviously they're numbered 1, 2, 3. No control on the 4, that's an inlet. 5, number 6. So actually I'll start in reverse. Number 6 is basically your main steam valve. Open this, and that basically throttles your engine up and down. So nice and simple on that one. Number 1, which is this one here, as you can see, goes up. Number 1 is your boiler sight glass blow-down valve. So if you tend to get a few bubbles in here, talking of bubbles, there is a red oil level bubble which will rise depending on yours, which is quite handy actually, because it's quite hard to see this if it's not got direct light on it, because it is, as you see, it is shrouded. So you open your valve and that'll blast down, and that actually does go around and up into the main catch tank condenser, which is actually at the back there. So second one along, which is number 2, and that's the blow-down valve for the lubricator. Now, if you are aware of the engines, you're best to get yourself some steam oil in there. Once it's been running, it tends to emulsify inside the lubricator. So before you start running, what I tend to do is, not on this engine by the way, on some of the other steam engines, is to just empty. I usually use a syringe, but on this one, obviously, you've got the option of just blowing it out from the bottom, and again, open the number 2, and that'll push the gunk up and again into the main condenser catch tank, which is at the back. These do have a smaller condenser, which is up the top, up here. Obviously, after it's gone into your main valve to chase the steam, exhaust out, that comes up, out and up into your condenser, and then obviously the goop gets ejected out the bottom and your steam up the chimney. So nice and simple. Lastly, control number 3, that is your water pump, which is on the side here. So as you can see at the back, you do have a water tank, which you take off. And as all water pumps and most steam engines, when the valve is open, which it is now, it circulates water. So basically it's pumped out at the bottom, through the valve, through the pump, and then back into the tank. And there's a steady constant flow of water. When your boiler gets low on water, all you need to do is close the valve, and then that diverts the pressurised water from the inlet up into the boiler, fills the boiler up. Obviously, once you've got water in your boiler, open the valve, and then it continues to flow back around. So nice and simple. Obviously, if you're running on compressed air, all you really need to do is make sure the model's lubed up. I still tend to stick some light oil, like machine oil, in the lubricator. And if you're running it for long periods of time, I would just put a few drops into the cylinder inlet as well. Yeah, every so often. Or even better, not if you're running it through the boiler, by the way. You can use an air lubricator on your compressed air system, but I wouldn't recommend it if you're putting it through the boiler. You can obviously pump it direct and bypass the boiler. Fueling wise, sorry to go on a little bit, but a lot of people will be interested in these. These had a great system that actually has two burners. It's one ceramic burner, but with two inlets, which you can see are the aluminium sections there and there. The one towards the rear is the main burner, and the one towards the front is the pilot burner. And what happened with this one is the burner, which at the back has a regulator, which is this section here. I think get my finger on it if it also sees. And what that does, there's basically a spring in there, which is pressurised from the boiler. You can see you've got a pressure outlet there, and that goes down. When the boiler gets up close to its working pressure, rather than having the safety valve pop off all the time, what it does is it reduces the gas pressure. It switches off the main burner and switches on the pilot burner. So that way it just keeps the constant heat in the boiler. If you're running the engine on high revs per minute, you tend to find it'll be on all the time anyway, just to keep the water level topped up. And if you're running it with the water pump on, you'll need the extra heat. But it is there. They do work. I have had some people comment it depends on your height above sea level, because it does change. You can actually adjust it. There is a screw both on the side and under this cover, top cover. I wouldn't touch it. I'll just leave it as is. You can always adjust the gas pressure slightly with the regulator on the top of the gas canister there, if you need to. Personally, I like to just run it on air, and it does run lovely. I have got another video of this engine running on compressed air, so you can see it. You see it ticking over quite nicely. It'll run all day. Yeah, like I say, this one is going up for sale. It's basically sat here doing nothing, and the money off this is actually going towards another 3.5 inch gauge locomotive, which I'm on the lookout for. I think I've found one, but yeah, no big rush. But yeah, it's a shame to have this sat here doing absolutely nothing. I've had my fun watching it, and a lot of people that come into the house, this has been on display, and people do love it and do comment on it. But as you can see, it is very clean, very tidy, and everything is there, which is quite unusual. Even the catch tank for the goop out of the cylinder, sorry, the valve chest, which is quite handy because you can get the condensate out. You have a dummy regulator there, which doesn't work, but does work nicely, does spin around, looks the part. Centrifugal regulator, I should say. And you'll notice the stainless steel T-bar, which is on there, that's your main gas valve for your main gas jet. Turn that, switches on. You've also got an isolator at the top of the gas bottle as well. Obviously, that's your drain for your water tank, just on the screw. half a turn, 3/4 of a turn, I think it comes. And you've also got the same on the condenser catch tank as well. And your top one, you can just suck it out if needs be, if it's not under pressure. And there's your inlet for your compressor there. But I can safely say this boiler is as clean on the inside as it is on the outside. Yeah, it is absolutely spotless. Like I say, I do have hydraulic and steam certificates for the boiler, if you need to put it on display. But and in steam, I should say. But yeah, a lovely engine and a nice display steam plant. These do come up, I won't say very often, but they do come up every now and again. You might get 1 or 2 for sale each year. Complete ones are very, very hard to find. You tend to find, as I say, bitses with bits of this and bits of that. But complete ones, considering they only made around about 480, 500, are very, very few and far between. So I hope you like it. Welcome any comments. And yeah, this one is going up for sale. It's probably going to be going on eBay, or will be open to sensible offers if anybody sees it on one of the Facebook pages, or one of the Facebook forums. So I am open to offers on it, sensible offers, or possibly even a swap or a part exchange for a, I won't say a swap, we'll say a part exchange for a 3.5-inch loco. If you've got anything, yeah, let me know. Nice bit, nice engine. And that's the Vision Engineering mill engine.